Welcome back, everyone. This is Tyler Wheat from Pro Physique, and today we're going to talk about whether or not you should be taking creatine. Alright, welcome back, everyone. It's Wednesday, middle of the week. I hope you are all having a fantastic week, crushing it as usual. So today I wanted to talk about whether or not you should take creatine. So this is still a question that I get quite often from clients. Is creatine safe for me? Should I be taking creatine? Questions like that. Now, let me preface this with I never tell my clients that they have to take a supplement. I never force them to take a supplement. I always provide recommendations because supplements are exactly what they are. They are supposed to supplement a already very sound diet, nutrition strategy, as well as hard training, hard work. There is no supplement out there that if you don't put in the work and if you don't really have any legal supplement, if you're not putting in the work, it's not going to be this magic pill that you're automatically going to get jacked, skinny, whatever from. So I always make sure that I let them know that, let's make sure our diet is, we're consistent with our eating, we are consistent with our training, and then let's look at possible supplements that could help us get to that next level. So never feel that you have to take a supplement because someone says. All right, this should always supplement everything else. Okay, but with that being said, creatine is probably one of the closest supplements to being a must-have supplement or a must-take supplement that you're going to get. So creatine has been studied for well over probably 80, 90 years. So it's probably the most well-studied supplement out there. And time again, it is shown to be beneficial and non-harmful to the population. So, like I said, it is probably one of the closest supplements that we can get to. We're saying, yeah, take this for sure. Like, it's kind of a must-have. So, what is creatine? So, creatine is an enzyme, and it is a phosphorylation reservoir. So, essentially, what that does is it adds to other processes going on in the body. And creatine can be found highly in skeletal muscle, as well as the heart. So it's a very naturally occurring enzyme in the human body. And we also do get some of our sources of creatine from food, although it is typically found in higher doses in uncooked, and we do lose quite a bit of it in cooked dosages. So how does this benefit us? Us who train hard every day, us who go into the gym and we're crushing it. Well, a big part of creatine is being able to help in the rapid turnover of ADP into ATP. So what is that? So when we are training and we are going hard in an anaerobic environment, so that means quick bursts of energy, the muscles will rapidly break down glucose, all right? And that will provide ATP, which is energy for the contraction of muscle. Once the ATP is used up, it is broken down into ADP and AMP, all right? And then the ADP is recycled back in so that it can be used as ATP again. So without creatine, that rate is a little bit slower than if we have creatine within the muscle cell. So with the supplementation of creatine, we are increasing the amount stored in skeletal muscle up to a certain point, so it is not endless. And what that does is that's actually going to speed up the process. So it's going to speed up, giving ADP the extra boost it needs to come back into the muscle as ATP. So the idea is that you're going to have a faster rate of energy rejuvenation. All right, so you're going to be able to go a little bit harder, a little bit stronger, a little more power, a little bit quicker than if you did not have the extra creatine within the muscle belly. As we can see, for us who are training very hard in the gym, that is going to be a very important aspect of us being able to just go that little extra harder and that little bit more, produce that little more strength day in and day out of the gym. Another good reason to take creatine monohydrate is that when we ingest creatine, it is going to bring water into the cell and create a little more cellular volumation, right? So we get a little more swelling in the cell, right? That, back in the day, the water weight, that's not real muscle, which it definitely isn't. But what some studies will show is that the more swelling that we can have in the cell from this, there's an increase in muscle protein synthesis, all right? And as we all know, that is going to be a huge part of increasing muscle mass, right? We always want to create a positive balance between, muscle protein synthesis and muscle protein breakdown, right? We want this to be higher than this because that is going to be a net positive protein balance. So those are a couple good reasons why we should be taking creatine monohydrate. There are many other reasons, but I think for the purpose of this video, those are two of the most kind of important aspects of creatine monohydrate. So now there are many types of creatine out there. So for a long time, it was just creatine monohydrate. And then a few other products started to hit the market saying that, the quicker absorption rate or quicker uptake in creatine. And those have been studied since then. And again, time and time again, it is shown that creatine monohydrate, just that, is going to be the far superior type of creatine to be taking out there. So, and it's also the cheapest as well. So don't waste your hard-earned money on other types of creatine unless it's creatine monohydrate. All right, that is going to be the best. That is going to be the cheapest. And so don't waste your money on the other stuff. Loading. Do you need to load? No, you do not need to load because there is only a certain amount of creatine that can be stored in the skeletal muscle. And so the body will eventually reach that point by just taking a regular 5 grams a day. It takes a little bit longer than you would if you did load. So typically a loading protocol would be 10 grams a day for probably about a week. And then you would reach about saturation point, and then you just need to go to maintenance levels, which is about that 5 grams a day. Or you could spend maybe, I think it's roughly around 10 days to 14 days of just taking 5 grams a day, and you're going to reach that saturation point anyway. So it doesn't really matter. You can kind of do whatever you want, but yeah. Anyways, so should you take creatine? Yes, but again, I never require my clients to take creatine, but I do believe the research behind it and the typical goal of the person that is going to the gym regularly and has a proper nutrition strategy, it's going to benefit them in the long run and just give you that little extra edge. So that's going to be everything for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Leave questions, comments, anything. Love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. Have a great Wednesday.